Hey guys, let's discuss this huge problem in Christianity, the endless debate about the genealogies. That was a concern already in Titus and Timothy, right? In Titus 3:9. But avoid foolish controversies in genealogies and disputes about the law. So there was obviously a problem, endless disputes about the genealogies, right? The older gospel out of four does not have a genealogy, does not have a story of the virgin birth, none of that nonsense. Matthew and Luke have contradictory stories. What they have in common that Jesus is a descendant of David. So that is confirmed by Paul. That's the point, that as a Messiah, Jesus had to be a descendant of David. But beyond that, the rest is a pure speculation, and it's an endless controversy and useless genealogies. And that's why we know now that Matthew and Luke in our present form are a second century corruption. It's a corruption, and the older sources did not have these genealogies. Perhaps it wasn't a concern. So we know that Matthew existed in a different form as the Gospel of Hebrews, Nazarenes, or Ebionites. So we know that Matthew did not exist in our present form. It was a different book. The same goes for Luke. Luke existed as Evangelion or Marcion's Gospel. But what we see in Mark is very, very important. What's important, what Mark doesn't have. Okay, and actually John tells us that Jesus is the son of Joseph. Okay, so there are big inconsistencies and contradictions between these genealogies, and actually they both go to Joseph. And Joseph has two different human dads. That's a problem. So this is just speculative nonsense from the second century pagans. Speculation, a source of unnecessary controversy. Okay, so let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Read Mark. Mark is the oldest source that we have. And Q. Mark and Q. And the fragments of what's left out of those Gospels of Hebrews, Ebionites, or Nazarenes. Okay, so that I'm just trying to be honest here, guys. The evangelicals, they try to harmonize that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because it's not of God. Those genealogies, they are not of God. They cannot both be of God. Maybe one of them is more correct than the other one, but the two of them cannot be correct.